Sæl og verið velkomin í Íslensku fyrir útlendinga. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of people asked me about, which is prepositions that can take either accusative or dative and how you know. So let's dive right into it. Now, the following prepositions can take either accusative or dative, depending on their usage. And we're going to divide them into two groups. The first group has í, á, yfir, and undir. The next group has með, við, and fyrir. In this video, we're going to be talking primarily about this first group, and the reason for that is there's a much more concrete rule that can be used for these ones, whereas the other ones are a little bit more arbitrary. Now, just as a reminder, í, á, yfir, and undir mean respectively in, on, over, and under. But you also need to remember that í can also mean into or to, and á can mean onto or to. So let's talk about the rule for these prepositions. When the verb indicates motion onto, into, or over, or under the object, we're going to use the accusative. On the other hand, when the verb indicates a lack of motion onto, into, over, or under, then we use dative. Now this seems pretty abstract, so let's look at some examples. Hann stakk símanum í vasan. We notice that í vasan is accusative. This means he stuck the phone in his pocket. Before, the phone was out of his pocket, but the verb, the action of sticking it, is changing that. There's movement into the pocket, so we're going to use accusative. Compare that to the next sentence, síminn var í vasanum, which means the phone was in the pocket, and that's with the dative. There's no change in state, there's no movement into the pocket, it's just there. Let's look at some more examples. Hún lagði bókina á borðið. This is the accusative, and it means she laid the book on the table. The book wasn't on the table before, but the action of laying it on the table has motion, so we're going to use the accusative form of borð. Compare that to this example, bókin lá á borðinu, which is the dative form, and this means that the book lay on the table. So there's no motion onto the table, it's already there. So the important concept here is to look at your verb and decide whether it's expressing that something was outside and is now in, or was off and is now on, and whether that has changed. Check out these two examples to really illustrate the point. Ég hoppaði á borðið. This is the accusative form. This means I jumped onto the table. I wasn't on the table before, perhaps I was on the floor, and I jumped onto the table. Now we have an otherwise identical sentence, ég hoppaði á borðinu, which is dative, and it also means I jumped on the table. However, we know that the action didn't change me from being off the table onto the table, so this probably means I was standing on the table and jumped up while I was standing on it. Couple more examples. Hundurinn skríður undir borðið. This is accusative. This means the dog crawls under the table. And hundurinn skríður undir borðinu, which is dative, which also means the dog crawls under the table. Now the difference between the two of these is the top one is there is a motion to underneath the table, which means the dog wasn't under the table before, and we're talking about when it crawled underneath. In the second example, there is no motion, which means the dog was already under the table and it crawled or is crawling underneath it. One last example like this, fuglinn flýgur yfir húsið is accusative, and it means the bird flies over the house, and fuglinn flýgur yfir húsinu, which is dative, which also means the bird flies over the house, but in this example, there's no motion, which means it's probably flying in circles over the house, whereas the top example means that it probably flew across the top of the house. Now, sometimes Icelandic uses the prepositions í and á to talk about going to a place. In English, we would say, I'm going to a certain place, but in Icelandic, they might use í and á. Let's look at some examples with í first. So we could say, for example, ég fór í vinnuna, which means I went to work. This is the accusative because there is motion to work. Ég fór í Hafnarfjörð, meaning I went to the city of Hafnarfjörður. Certain cities, you go into them rather than to them. Ég fór í skóla. I went to school. Now, almost any place that uses e to go to it, you're also going to use e once you're there, but it's going to change to dative. So those same places, let's use a different sentence. Mér leittist, meaning I got bored. Í vinnunni. Now, this is dative, and it means I got bored at work. Or mér leittist í Hafnarfirði. I got bored in Hafnarfjörður. Or mér leittist í skóla. I got bored in school. Let's look at some examples with á. You say, for example, ég fór á fótboltaleik. I went to a football game, and that's the accusative. There's no real reason why they use á. It doesn't actually connect very much with the meaning on, but that's just how you talk about football games. You might also say, ég fór á tónleika. I went to a concert. Or ég fór á Akureyri. I went to Akureyri, the city. And like I said, some cities you use e, some you use á, and some you use til. Okay, and the example for dative for all of those is ég skemmti mér á fótboltaleiknum. I had fun at the football game, and that's dative. Á tónleikunum rather, at the concert, and á Akureyri, in Akureyri. Now, an important note is that sometimes á, í, yfir, and undir are stuck with a particular case in a certain expression, and it has nothing to do with any motion. So some examples of that are að horfa á, which means to watch. And that just always takes accusative. The horfa and á are kind of stuck together, and they're stuck with accusative. It has nothing to do with motion, and it can't change. Same with hringja í, which means to call someone, and that has to take accusative. Or að heyra í, which takes dative, which means to hear from somebody. These uses of á and í have nothing to do with on or into, which means you don't have to worry about this motion concept. You just have to remember which case these particular expressions take. Now let's talk briefly about með, við, and fyrir. These prepositions can also take accusative or dative, but we don't really have this motion concept at all. The case is determined by how you're using it. This is complicated. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of exposure to the language, but we'll talk briefly about it here. Just some examples. So for með, for example, to have on your person when you use með, for example, ég með síma, it takes the accusative, and that means I have a phone on me. And it takes accusative. There's no really saying why, it just does. When you're talking about instrumentality, it takes dative. This means that you're doing something by the means of something else. For example, ég skrifa með blýanti, which means I write with a pencil. We use dative when we use that form of með. The last example, voluntary company, when someone goes with you voluntarily. For example, ég fór í bíó með þeim. I went to the movies with them. Using með in that case, you just need to use dative after. In fact, if you use the accusative after and say ég fór í bíó með þá, it almost means that you dragged them to the theaters with you, so it has a different meaning. Let's talk briefly about við. It's almost always accusative when it means with. For example, ég talaði við hana. I talked with her. But it can take dative with certain verbs. For example, að vara, to warn somebody. So you could say ég varaði hann við því. I warned him about it. And it takes dative. These, knowing which verb or knowing which case it takes with some of these verbs, you have to look it up in the dictionary and it will tell you. I'm not really going to go too deep into fyrir because there are many senses that use both accusative and dative. It's the kind of thing that you just need to listen for and learn that when you're using fyrir this way, then you need accusative, and this other way you need dative. Maybe I'll make another video in the future about that. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below, and stay tuned for more videos. Bless, bless.